Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel, K Crochet. I'm your host Karen, and welcome. If you are new here, I appreciate you clicking onto my video. And if you are a returning friend, welcome back. So today I come on to share what I've been making. As you can tell, let me grab it. I'm really excited about these. I got the book from Jade, Weighted Amigurumi Buddies, and I've been working on these. They do take some time to make each one. So I will be going over all that I've made. I wanted to go from front to back of the book, page by page, to really get the feel of each make, and so I can share my experience with you if you're interested in possibly getting her patterns. You don't necessarily have to buy her book. I bought this at Barnes and Noble in my local area. You can go on Etsy and find Off from Jade's patterns. She has a whole bunch of other patterns to purchase. I'm not sure if she has any free ones, but so yeah, I'm really excited for that. So let me put the book back. Actually, I'm going to hold on to this book because I want to go and show the actual picture that she has versus what mine look like. But first off, I do want to thank all my new subscribers since the past 11 days. I've actually gained what is it? I wrote it all down. I gained 73 new subscribers, and as of today, I have 116 subscribers, and I am just so humbled and gracious for you subscribing to my channel, and I must be doing something right. So I had 219 views the last 7 days, which is, wow, I can't believe it. And I started my YouTube journey last August. I actually been on here a year now, and it's been slow going, but I just keep my main objective of my channel is to share my joy and my love of crochet with all of you, and sharing my knowledge with all of you, especially if you're a new crocheter. Yeah, I've been crocheting on and off my whole life. I'm 61. And yeah, I started crocheting when I was 12, and on and off throughout my life I've crocheted. I crocheted for my babies, you know, blankets and sweaters and booties and stuff like that. And then I made blankets and doilies and tabletop covers, and all kinds of things for friends and family. It's what I'm passionate about, and it's like being full circle, coming back around crocheting. I found crocheting plushies and amigurumis, my passion at this time, and I want to share all my knowledge, what I've learned. I'm still learning with all of you guys here. And yeah, I'm just so blessed. And I've gained a new age group of between 35 and 44 years old. My popular age group is 55 to 64, and my next up is 65 plus age group. And yeah, I had, let's see what else. My audience is 88.4% not non-subscribers, and 11.1% are subscribed. And most of the device type that people are viewing my video is on TV at 48%, mobile devices like your iPhone at 24%, computers is 14%, and tablets are at 12%. So I was told that because a lot of people are viewing off of their TV, they're saying that they don't have any way of clicking on to subscribe on using their TV. And there is a way. I think there's like I don't know, dots, or somewhere on your screen you can click on with your remote, or you can just get on to your other devices and find my video and subscribe that way. And yeah, so the more, oh, and then shares went up. I got 16 shares just in the last not the last video, but the video prior. And all of these things, sharing, liking, and subscribing, is reaching more and more of a audience for my channel. And yeah, I think YouTube is pushing my videos up farther to reach all of you new subscribers. So anyway, I digress on that, but thank you so much. I am just so grateful to be able to um, be here and share my knowledge. So I want to get back to this. So the first page, I made 7. And it took me from not this weekend, but the prior weekend, I started crocheting them. And the very first one that I made took quite a while. I did breaks in between because there's a lot of parts to it. And to learn another crochet artist's way they have their instructions laid out in their book. It's really good to read the book. And I know it's kind of boring, but to actually learn that artist's way of presenting the stitches and stuff in their patterns, you get to know what they're meaning, because each artist, they'll write a pattern a different way, if that makes any sense. So, and then the pictures and diagrams are just detailed. I turn to a page and they're crisp, clear pictures, and how they sewed the muzzle or embroidered the mouth or the hair loops. And I don't know if I am able to share that, but for example, just a little example here and a little bit example there. I'm in awe. And there's QR codes you can point your phone to, and there's videos showing step by step what she means in the picture. So it is very informative book. And then the products that she used. Now, the weighted pellets, she uses the poly pellets. What company is that? What is by poly pellets? What is the name of that? Let me go in the beginning of the book. But it's a well-known brand. Oh, by Polyfill. Sorry. And her yarn that she uses is from Hobby, the chenille. And most of her plushies, they measure. Oh, and she used a nylon stocking, which you could use the little anklet stockings where you can buy them online like Amazon or Walmart, or you can go to your Dollar Tree or Walmart or anywhere that they sell pantyhose. Now, I bought some pantyhose, and all I did was I just cut sections and I tied both ends, tied one end, especially if you're getting up to here. Fill the pellets. Now I use a cup. Let me get my little cup. It's a little dusty. But before I bought the poly pellets, and you don't have to use poly pellets. In the book it says you can use beans, rice, but it won't, you cannot wash them because it'll affect the beans. You can't get those wet. But what I've been using is just like gravel from the Dollar Tree. And yeah, it's just from Floral Garden. Let me see if I can. These are, so the red dot means that they went up in price. So they're $1.25 now. Floral Garden Pebbles is what it's called. Any color will do. I just got the white. So I've been using this and it works out perfect. I did purchase some of the other pellets, which I just received from Walmart. I'll share that as well. But yeah, you can just get, I got these at the Dollar Tree. Again, it's a red dot, so it's $1.25. Most things are $1.25 now at Dollar Tree. There's not very many things that are $1 anymore. But anyway, I digress. So I fill this up and I use my trusty old mailer scale, this one right here. And then I go and I click on to grams. Let's see, can I get it to grams? Yeah, to grams. And then what I do is before I click it on, I put the cup, because this is like 4 grams weight for the cup. Or you don't have to, you could just subtract that out of the weight of the pellets. And she suggests 75 grams, but some of mine came out a little bit bigger depending on the yarn that I've chosen to crochet with, because I don't have any Hobie yarn per se. Maybe later on down the line I'll order some. So I just use whatever I had in my stash. I have a variety of different posh yarns. So let me grab a drink of my coffee. It's kind of late in the morning. So grab your coffee and enjoy the rest of the video. Cheers. Okay, so the first thing that I want to share, the first amigurumi that I made. Let me get to that page. I did have a bookmarker, but I don't know what happened to it. So this one, it says it'll measure 5.5 inches tall. Mine was a little bit bigger, and it's the chick. So cute. She used the 50 grams of yellow Hobby Honey Bunny pastel yellow color yarn, or 6 grams of orange, and a little leftover of the pink, all Hobby babies. Well, that's Hobby Baby Snuggle Soft Pink. The tools she used, now she used two different crochet hooks, a smaller one for the head and a bigger one for the body. So she used a G6 4mm for the head and an H8 or 5mm hook for the body. And she says that she stuffs the head and just a little bit in the body towards the neck and chest part. And then the rest is filled with the nylon filled poly pellets. So you get that little squishy look. So this is what hers looks like. And where is my bookmark? And this is what mine turned out. So stinking cute. Yes, this one, because it was my first one, I took the time to actually step by step read the instructions, because each row of stitches is different. And then there's like increases, there's decreases depending on how she shapes the face, the top of the head, the chest, the belly part, and the bottom. Yes, so you can't just watch TV and crochet. Each row has its own little stitches and techniques. So once I learned, it took a few of the crocheted critters buddies that I've crocheted to actually catch on to her technique, and they went a little bit faster. This one took me like 7 hours because I wanted to take my time and stuff and really learn her techniques. So what you do is you crochet the head, you make the beak separate, you make the arms separate, and you make the little feetsies separate. And I like how she tells you how to do the toes and then how to finish off the bottom. And very interesting way in how she has you connect the head to the body. It's crocheted in, and the arms are crocheted in, the feet are crocheted in. The only sewing that you have is the beak, which she tells you, and then the size of the eyes are 15 mm. I only had a few select of them, and then I painted these an orange glitter. And then the little tufts, how she tells you how to do that is pretty ingenious. This one doesn't have a tail, which is fine. And then it's weighted. This one I did little over 100 grams because it is a bigger plushie. This one measures, let's see, a little over 7 inches. Let's see if I can get that in frame. So yeah, about 7.5 inches. And sitting down, it is about, I don't know, 5.5, 6 inches wide. So yeah, every time I make one, I have to share it with the family, and they're oohing and ahhing and such. So yeah, I know some other crochet in the crochet community. They're saying that they sell these in their market about $28, 25 to 28. In my market, I'm not sure I will get that, so I might go 2024. I don't know. What do you think that these would go in your area? And you know, I can always lower the price if they don't sell. I always have like 25-30% off on special occasions at my market. So yeah, that was the Claire the chick. The next one that I did was the next pattern in the book, and it is Florence the flamingo. So cute. So, and then this one's mine. So, I don't know why her head's a little cockeyed. So anyway, yeah, so cute. Oh, and I forgot to tell you. Let me backtrack. I'm so sorry. So this yarn that I used, and I have them all displayed in here. Trying to rush through this. Oh, dear Lord, my string. Anyway, it's this Loops and Threads Sweet Snuggles Light. And this is what's left over. And yeah, and some. So it didn't take very much of this yarn, maybe about a quarter. I wouldn't say half, but maybe a quarter. I'm going to have to re-ball this yarn up. So yeah, that was this one, and the same with the orange. So, okay, let me get back to the flamingo, Florence the flamingo. And this one measures about 6.5. Let's see if I can get, let me use the book so you get a flatter surface. So yeah, about 6.5, 7 inches tall. And the yarn that I used with this one was the Premier Parfait Chunky that I just received through Premier, and it's the neons. This was the color that was being deleted out, and I wanted this to be really brilliant as a flamingo. And I used there's a pale pink, I don't know if you can see it, yeah, about right here, of the Parfait Chunky yarn. And this is more true to size of what she used with her yarn. And I used the 15mm eyes. And how she did this was pretty ingenious. The beak and everything is the same as the duck. And then she tells you how to do the tail feathers, which is so cute. And the little tufted hair. So yeah, Val, the other grandma, fell in love with this one. And I asked her, do you want him? And she goes, oh my gosh, yes. She loves the color pink and the flamingo. So I said, well, let me make this video. When I'm done, you can have him. Or her. So yeah, already found a new home. So I was really happy with that. And then the next one that I made, the next pattern, get my bookmark out. And yeah, the feet and the arms, the head, as with the duck, is all crocheted in. The only thing that you sew on most of these is the noses. So the next one that I made was Pablo the pigeon. Isn't he cute? Look at all the colors. It's adorable. So I made mine trying to stay true to the color of what colors I had in my stash. This one's mine. Isn't he cute? Look at the colors. Now, my family had a little bit of a hard time figuring what he was. And I'm like, well, in Arizona, they're very punishable around the neighborhoods. They're always landing on our houses and backyards, and they make their cooing noise. And so, yeah, I had to give him a couple of clues. But anyway, I thought he was so cute. I love the colors, the little teal and the raspberry color, and then the light gray and the black and the nose. So, yeah. So as I'm making them, they're getting easier and I'm getting quicker at crocheting. Now, I never said that I was a quick crocheter, and you don't have to be. Just enjoy the journey of making these, you know. And I always watch other YouTube creators, crocheters, as I'm crocheting, but always pay attention to what row you're on. I always use, where is it? I always use my row counter. Now you can get these at Hobby Lobby for like a couple bucks. Michaels have these too. They're a little bit more money, about $3 something. And then I always use the stitch markers that you can get at either store. You get a whole package full of them for cheap. And the crochet hook that I did the head and the body parts was this one. Yarnology. They have this at, what was it? Either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. This is the, excuse me, 6mm. And then when I started doing the body, I used the 7mm. Now I didn't have the right hook size that she had mentioned. And I just use the, I don't know if you can see the 7, it's engraved right here. And this is the prim. I actually wrote on there prim. So, yeah. But I want to say that she has you use the bigger hook when starting the neck to the body. Now, because the stitches that I used with this hook in the head, it was very tricky to use the bigger hook to get through the smaller stitches. So what I did was I continued connecting around, there's a loop around the head to make your first round for the body in the smaller hook. And then once I did that round, then I was able to use my bigger hook. So that might help you. And because I was really struggling, and I think that's what took the most of my time, is connecting the head or continuing the stitches from the head to the body, because you close off the head and you start again with the body. And I couldn't understand why. I'm like, why can't you just keep going? And the reason is because she doesn't want you stuffing the body really just with the poly pellets. So it gives that pot belly look. Now you can stitch it full, but you're not going to get that same um, feel and look of a squatty body. It will just be all full with the weight. So that's up to you and how you want to fill your body. I didn't fill it all the way. I might have filled the neck and chest area a little bit with my fiber fill stuffing. And then the body, rest of the body is empty other than the stocking filled poly pellet. So it gives that squishy feeling. So, oh, and then the yarn I used, sorry, the yarn I used was, let me get the new one up because the one I was using didn't have a band, is the Chic Big Twist yarn at Michael's. And this is the the one I used. I'm gonna have to reband this. This wasn't a full skein, so I might have used maybe I don't know, not even a quarter of a skein for the head, and then the lighter body color was this color, so maybe a quarter of a skein. So I'm thinking if I use this whole thing, maybe not quite half the skein for one of these. And then the pink, I don't remember the pink that I used. Oh, I think it might have been the ballerina pink or raspberry pink. I'm not quite sure. And then these as well was the Posh Chic yarn as well, the black. So I wanted to use each and every type of yarn in these patterns so I can give you an idea on what they look like. Now the next one that I made, let's see. Okay. The next one up is Peppy the pig. Isn't he cute? Cute, cute, cute. Now again, she says this is 5.5. Mine I made out of, this was mine. And again, this one came out a bit bigger because of the yarn I used. I used the Bernat Mystical or Speckle, which I don't know if they even make anymore. This is about 7.5 inches, and it's about 5.5 wide to 6, about 5.5 wide. And this one basically took the, well, I do have, where did it go? It took about half of the skein. Where did, oh, here it is. So I had to ball this up. So it's about half of the skein of that. And also I do have a little plug here. I do have a eBay store at K Crochet. You can favorite, you can heart my shop, because I do have Bernat blanket yarn on sale and pretty reasonable. If you're looking for any of the Joann's Bernat baby blanket in the colors they probably don't even carry anymore. So I'm trying to eliminate all my Bernat yarn. I don't find pleasure in crocheting. This one wore me out. And for some reason, when I was sewing in some of the parts on here, it did do a little shedding. Not bad, but anyway. And then the pink that I used on the nose, because I didn't have that in the Bernat, I went ahead and used the, and this is similar to Bernat yarn, is the Walmart brand Mainstays chenille yarn. This is almost exact like Bernat, and it's like 7 something a skein versus $11 that they have at Walmart. Now, as I'm speaking, they're changing out the colors. They're revamping the yarn wall at most of the Walmarts. So I'm kind of excited to see what new yarns that they're going to be coming up with. And then I used, I bought these eyes at Hobby Lobby. These are the brown eyes, and I do believe they're like 14 or 15 inch. I was running really, really low on these eyes. I probably could have done bigger eyes, but at the time I didn't have bigger eyes. So maybe going forward, I'll use the bigger eyes. So yeah, I did that. And then the next one, I know I'm already at 35 minutes. I try to make my videos shorter, but I can never seem to do so. I have so much to share with you guys. The next one is Bailey the bear, or the bee. Bailey the bee. And this one took a little bit of time because there's 4 arms and 2 legs and 2 antennas on this one, and a lot of color change. So this is what mine looks like. He's a little bit taller than the other makes, and she did that on purpose. She just added more rows to get these black rows in, and it does have a stinger. Look at that stinger and little white wings. So adorable. Now I want to tell you, I did a boo-boo on this, and I don't know if you can notice it. You notice anything different from the head to the body? I can't believe I did this until I was like more than halfway through, because these stitches, I'm like, why are they coming on the outside of the body? Well, unfortunately, I made the body inside out. I don't know how I did that. And I'm like, no, I'm not going back. I'm not frogging it. I'll just keep it the way it is, because these stitches are supposed to be on the inside. And I tried covering them up on the outside. So make sure that you are crocheting around the right way, that you're actually crocheting the outside rather than inside out. Never done that before. That's crazy. But either way, he turned out pretty cute. And this did take quite a while to crochet and put together. Let's see. These are crocheted in, the antlers, because you make the antlers after you make the head, make the antlers. You make all 4 of the arms, and then you make the legs. Legs are a little bit bigger, and they're lightly stuffed. The arms are not stuffed. Neither is the antennas. And then the little itty bitty white wings. And then this is surface crocheted, and so was the tail, or the stinger. So, and then you embroidered the mouth, 15 millimeter eyes, and I just use black because it's a bug. And so the yarn I used for this was the Big Twist Baby Bear. It's slightly a little bit bigger than the Posh Chic yarn. And this color I used was the Sunshine color. So, and then the black, they don't have black in the Baby Bear. So I used just a little bit of the Posh Chic black, which turned out fine. Perfect. So, and this one measured, if you include the antennas, about 9 inches. If not, it's about 7.5 inches tall. And the body is about 5 inches wide. I'm trying to get it all in. There we go. About 5 inches, give or take. And the bigger ones I put like 125 grams of the pellets that I used. Now the next one, I'm trying to rush through this. The next pattern in the book, and look, I'm already that far into the book, so it doesn't take very long. the, yeah, and she tells you exactly where to put the wings and the other items. So the next one that I made, and I was really excited to make this because I don't really have a decent dino pattern. So here's Dino the dinosaur, or Dino, Dina the dinosaur. So that's what that one looks like. And mine turned out like this. Again, I didn't have the bigger eyes. I just received some of the bigger eyes that I'm going to be painting. These I did paint. They're like a pinkish orangish glitter eye. And I did the frill. Now hers has you go all the way down the tail, and I was done by the time I got to the bottom of the head, to the neck. So you can just make it the way you want to make it, and like a little fluff. So there's she crocheted around to make the shape of the head, which was ingenious, and the shape of the body and the tail. So you do the head, you make the arms and the feet, you lightly stuff the feet, and then you make the tail separate, and you continue crocheting from the head to make the body, crocheting the arms in, crocheting the feet in, and you finish off, and then you crochet on the tail, and you stuff the tail. So yep. And the yarn I use, oh, and the height of this is about 7 inches, 7.5. And about 4.5, 5 inches wide. And the yarn I used is the Premier Basics Chenille Brights. And this was a whole skein, and this is what's left. So probably I used maybe 3/4 yarn with this. And then the pink as well is the Bernance. And this color is Seaside, because she says use turquoise. So this is the closest I had for turquoise. You can make it darker, lighter, or a different color if you want. So yeah, came out little cutie. All right, so the last one I made for the week, because I would make one a day, and then I would put it aside and rest up my hands. So I was debating whether or not I really wanted to make the next one. And I told myself, no, I got to keep with the plan, make each pattern as the patterns are in the book. So the next pattern is Benjamin the Bunny. Isn't he cute? So adorable. The I don't know, they look smaller in the book. It says the finished size again is 5.5, and here is mine. This one's big, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. But I made him in like an off-white color, and he measures 8.5, about 8.5, almost 9 inches tall, and he's about 5 inches wide. Well, if you include the feet, about 5 inches, so maybe 4.5 on the body. Look at those ears. Oh my gosh, they're like almost 6 inches long. That's what took a long time. Was whoops, sorry. I moved my camera. So yeah. Oh, and I was supposed to put my animals in the little display thing there. So anyway, this one took a little time to make, and I added the blush. The other ones I'm going to add blush to, and then I ran out of eyes. So because this is bigger, I use bigger eyes. These are 25mm eyes, and I painted these like a pinkish glitter eyes, and embroidered the little nose and the mouth. So yeah, let me pause a minute and I'll be back. Okay, I wanted to display them over there so you could see them sitting side by side, and you can see the different heights that they have together. So yeah, this is the biggest one, and the yarn that I used, and I showed a little video clip of me like oohing and on over this brand new yarn that Dollar Tree had just put out in my local store, is the Red Heart Sweet Home chenille polyester. This comes in the 5.3 ounce, 150 gram, 108 yards. And I'm telling you, this bunny I was playing yarn chicken with, because this is all that was left. This was all that was left in that skein. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do if I run out? I would tell myself I'm going to have to go buy another skein. But this yarn almost feels like the Premier Basics Chenille Brights, except for this feels more loose per se on the strand, where this feels a little more dense. I don't know if I can put it together so you can tell just slightly. Now you could see there is a line right there that it is flatter or flat, just like the basic brights, but this feels softer and fluffier. This one feels a little bit looser. So they worked up about the same, but this also reminded me of the Bernat baby blanket too. And this yarn here was only $5 at your Dollar Tree. Now I had a lot of response on this yarn, that most of the people that went to go look at their Dollar Tree, that they don't have this in. And I told them just to keep their eyes open, or even ask management if they're going to get this this yarn in, or even show them the video of what I posted a couple days ago. And if not, if they get enough interest in their store, they may go ahead and purchase and bring them in to their stores. So yeah, squeaky wheel gets the yarn. I was just really, really shocked that they got this, because in my area, I noticed that at my store, they do go through a lot of yarn. So it was probably a no-brainer for them to get in this yarn. So, oh my gosh, this is a really long-winded video. Let me put this one over here so you can join the little pack. All right, there you go. So with that, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And as always, happy crocheting. Bye, everybody.